Hello, I am here with my friend Isabella, and she was in the Amplify Academy, and she's going to just share a little bit about what that experience was like. I want to highlight her because she's amazing, the work that she does, and share her energy with all of you as she shares what her experience before, during, and after the Academy was like, so that you can also feel that energy as well. So, Isabella is a hypnotherapist, and she helps overstimulated women feel safe in their bodies through gentle hypnosis. She's got a heart of gold. The light shines out from her. And I'm just so grateful that she was in the space and that she was able to shift so many things in the academy. So I'd love for you, Isabella, to just start. Tell us a little bit of background intro about you.
Sure. So I first got into hypnosis as a client. I was in a very dark place in my life, and I was jumping from traditional talk therapy, like going from therapist to therapist, trying to find something that worked. And finally, I had someone ask me if I'd ever heard of hypnosis, and so I did that, and it like changed my life. It helped me become more aware of my body and of my needs and like really get to like the root of a lot of problems. And so I got certified in hypnotherapy, and conscious heart hypnotherapy. And I came back from my training super ready to like get going and start a business. And then I felt very like alone, and I had a lot of difficulty kind of doing the things that I needed to do to start this business. Um, and then in comes in Helen, like a year later. And for I think I was hesitant for a while, and finally I was like, you know what? Let me join the Facebook group. Okay, fine. Let me just try Amplify. And I went from, being nervous when I first started with you, Helen. I hadn't even completed my certificate yet. Like I just completed my training, but I hadn't finished my certification. And so you helped me put everything in order to figure out what I really needed. And I realized I was right there. I was so close to the finish line, but I was so overwhelmed with just
Mhm.
the unknown and feeling, like I said, isolated that I didn't, finish fully my certification. So we got certified, and I registered my business on my birthday. Um,
Yay!
and together in the academy, it's just a powerful group of women that are in different like stages of their business, but still can like come together and like help you figure out what it is that you need. And what I loved most about the academy was the accountability that there is. Like, it's gentle but like firm. So you always have like a group that is helping you move along so that you don't kind of stay in that little bubble of like isolation or unknown, like unknown, not knowing what to do.
Mhm.
And so it was really great. I mean, since graduating from Amplify, I have, one-on-one clients now. I have been able to help more women. I was like scared to kind of show up online before, and I have a very, you know, growing online presence.
Yeah,
Um,
claim it.
yes, and so it's been really good. I mean, it was definitely something that helped me tremendously in starting my business and giving me like the energy to kind of continue.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. It was so fun to have you in the group and still in in spaces where we connect. And what I heard right away was like you had a plan, you knew what you needed to do, you even got the certification or took the training, but then you felt so alone and isolated and overwhelming thoughts. And there, when you look ahead at all the things of starting a business or growing a business, if you don't break that down and you're not intentional about your energy around that, it will feel very overwhelming. And so I'm just so grateful that that number one, I continued to show up, because most of the women I reach out to, they're like, they're scared, right? They're not ready. I'm not sure if I need this. I don't know where this will go. Maybe I've tried this before and it hasn't worked. Maybe I've had a coach and it just didn't feel right. And so I am someone, and I was reminded of this so beautifully yesterday, where I'm going to keep showing up for women and believe in them before they believe in themselves, because women have done that for me. And that's why I'm standing here today. That's why I've created rooms like Amplify, for that energy, because of course you can do it alone. I fully 100% believe that women can do this on their own, but it's the energy and the community and the accountability that I see just breaks women wide open and allows them to share and serve that mission. So thank you for sharing all of that. I know you have shared before, you shared with me about, hey, I went from staying stuck in someday, to building a business and growing a business. So what, finally shifted for you? What was that shift like, from being stuck in like someday, to where you're at now?
I mean, I think you kind of just nailed it, just saying like having someone believe in me,
Mhm.
and someone to help guide me a little bit, because, at some points it feels like you're flailing a little bit. I believed in my ability to help others. I believed in my training, but I didn't know how to go about registering a business or just starting a business, how to start marketing myself, all of those things. And so just having someone there, that believes in you and can help guide you, it really changed, my perception, and made it seem way more doable than when you're just kind of like figuring things out on your own.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. I always seek out mentors who have done what I want to do, right? And I encourage you all to do that. Is to seek out women who are doing or have done the exact thing that you want to do. Get in their space, learn from them. They have so much experience and expertise that they've learned along the way, and the mistakes they've made can save you so much time because they know they've been there, they've made the mistake. So no worries, you will fail, you will make your own mistakes, but you will make a whole lot less of them if you are able to find a woman who has walked through it, so that not only are you making all the mistakes she made, you're simply just failing on, in your own space and able to learn from the growth that she has had. And I love that you shared that. I always tell my clients and women that I work with, like, if you don't believe in yourself, like, go ahead and borrow my belief for the day. And that to me is so huge, because we go through phases where it feels heavy and where we feel a little stuck and we're like, well, I'm not sure, or maybe we're just overwhelmed, or we get in our head, or there's imposter syndrome. And so when you're doing something big, you're going to feel these really big things, and that's where and when and why you need to be in the rooms with big energy and women who are stepping into big energy. So I'm curious, what was your favorite part of working together?
So, like I mentioned, the community aspect of it was really powerful. I mean, your energy is great and you're just super, like, again, your energy is contagious. And so it's, I sometimes would come into the academy feeling really depleted and being like, "Oh, I didn't get a client today," or, whatever. And you were just able to like help me change my perception and change my perspective into feeling like more empowered, and also like being with other women who were going through similar struggles or different, but like would help me, like I could offer them sort of like love and support, and then you realize like, wait, I can offer that to myself too. So it's like having that community aspect and knowing that, like, even if we're going through different things, like, you're not alone. We're going through it together. And it helps you not feel like so overwhelmed and so scared, because like we're all sharing it together.
Yeah. It's a community, and I love that you also mentioned earlier how there are many different women at different phases struggling with different things, and there's so much power in having and hearing women share that, and then having and hearing them be coached through it, because we are all, in this space that's really interesting and powerful as we step forward, and all of that growth we can learn something from. So I would love to just have you tell me, what are you most proud um, of accomplishing in your business in our time working together?
So, I mean, it getting certified, finishing my certification, was like the first big thing that I did, and registering my business, you know? Even before I made a sale, I registered my business because like I knew that this was going to be, I wasn't going to like think about it, or I was like, I'm registering before I've
Aren't
even
toe
made a
dipping.
dollar. Yeah.
Yes.
So just like learning to believe in myself, even when
Mhm.
I didn't have the answers or even when I didn't know what things would look like, that is definitely what I'm most proud of. Because it's sometimes challenging to like bet on yourself, especially if you're not really used to doing it.
Mhm.
And so just taking that leap of faith that like I am going to do this, and knowing that like one day this will be my full-time job. I will make, I will do this all the time, and I knowing that like it's going to evolve into whatever it evolves into.
Yeah,
That was difficult for me to do before joining Amplify.
awesome. I'm so happy for you. And how do you feel now compared to before we started working together?
Definitely braver and more empowered.
Wow.
Um I spent a while, I feel like, in my part of the academy trying on different hats, like
Mm,
figuring out like what made most sense to me. Just like different tactics on how to show up or what to do or who to work with. And so learning how to like take chances like that, because before it was all kind of too scary.
yeah.
And so now it's like I feel much more brave. I tell this story often. The first post that I posted on Instagram, I remember I was like, as I like hit post because it was so scary to me. And now it's like, I feel more free to just
Mm.
be authentic and know that aligned clients and aligned collaborators and aligned opportunities will find me.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Braver, empowered, more free. I was just on a conversation with a client this morning, and she shared, it feels like 100 pounds has been lifted off of me. And she wasn't talking about like physical weight. She was talking about the emotional weight, the thoughts that she had, and like, what a beautiful gift. We're all trying to lose physical weight, but what about the emotional weight? And what if we
Mhm.
lost 100 pounds of it? So thank you so much for sharing. Isabella, please tell us about your business, your services, who you love to help, and where anyone watching can find you.
Yeah, so I help overstimulated and overworked women who are finding themselves staying up at night, who find themselves juggling way more than they can handle. I help them come back into their bodies and feel safe in their bodies. So I offer, one-on-one support where we can use hypnosis to get to the root of those repeating sabotaging patterns. And I also have like weekly free emails where you can get just like journal prompts and affirmations to help you like pause and reflect on your week and see what you want to let go of or what you want to keep moving forward. And I also offer custom meditations that you can listen to at any time. You don't have to search YouTube trying to find something that works for you. It is personalized for you. And you can find me on Instagram at divine.timing.hypnocoaching, and as on Facebook as well.
Amazing. You guys hear that? She does custom meditations. That's really powerful. It's something I've offered to some of my clients, and every time it just hits the spot. So, I love how we came together. We both experienced hypnotherapy and then became certified because we're like, we want to help people. And then our paths just came so beautifully together, so that I could help you and you could empower yourself through the work of Amplify to share this with the world, because your work matters. It's amazing. Please find and follow Isabella. Her stuff is really funny and real and intentional. I'm always giggling at it, her content on Instagram. So I love you so much, Isabella, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.